Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agumofwebe, reminding our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. President Bola Tinubu has raised the proposed 2025 budget from 49.7 trillion naira to 54.2 trillion naira, citing additional revenues generated by key government agencies. The president conveyed the budget adjustments in separate letters sent to both the Senate and House of Representatives, which were read during yesterday's plenary by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. President Tinubu said the increase was driven by 1.4 trillion naira in additional revenue from the Federal Inland Revenue Service, 1.2 trillion naira from the Nigeria Customs Service, and 1.8 trillion naira generated by other government-owned agencies. The Senate has approved President Bola Tinubu's request to terminate the appointments of 3 independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) resident electoral commissioners in charge of Sokoto, Abia, and Adamawa states. The affected officials are Dr. Nura Ali, Sokoto State, Barrister Hudu Yunusa Ari, Adamawa State, Professor Ikemefuna Chijoke Uzochukwu, Abia State. The decision followed the Senate's consideration of a motion sponsored by Senate leader Okpeyemi Bamidele during yesterday's plenary. President Tinubu, in a letter read by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, requested the Senate's approval to invoke Section 157, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended to terminate the appointments of the 3 suspended National Electoral Commissioners. In a different development, President Bola Tinubu has condoled with parents, guardians, and families who lost their loved ones in a fire incident that engulfed an Islamic school in Kaura Namoda in Zamfara State. The president conveyed his condolence in a statement signed by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, titled President Tinubu mourns Zamfara Islamic School pupils, says safety should be supermost in priorities. The president commiserates with the state government and owners of the school and prays for the quick recovery of those receiving medical attention. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening Nigeria's security architecture, assuring that he has prioritized national security as a fundamental aspect of his governance. He stated this at the Chief of Defense Staff Joint Task Force Commanders Conference in Abuja. President Tinubu, represented by Minister of Defense Mohammed Badaru, lauded the military and security agencies for their relentless efforts in combating security threats across the country. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has led a high-profile Nigerian delegation to initiate the repatriation of refugees who fled the Boko Haram insurgency to Bagasola in Chad Republic. The delegation, which included Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Dr. Yunus Sununu, and the Federal Commissioner, as well as Chief Executive Officer of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons, was received in Bagasola by the Governor of Lak Province, Saleh Tijani. According to reports, the displaced persons, mostly Borno indigenes, have spent nearly 10 years away from their homeland due to the insurgency that affected communities around the Lake Chad Basin. The first phase of the repatriation exercise of 1,768 families, comprising 7,790 people, will return to Nigeria. And now time to take you to the southeastern part of the country, where Imo State's government has vowed to prosecute illegal miners responsible for widespread environmental destruction. Commissioner for Industry, Mines and Solid Minerals, Ernest Ibejako, made the declaration during the unscheduled inspection of the affected site in Irete, Owerri West local government area of the state. Global Television's Marachi Ibe was there for us.
A stable industrial hub, Irete Industrial Area now bears the deep scares of unchecked illegal mining. Solid ground turned into hazardous pits filled with water. The land stripped of its natural stability poses a serious risk to surrounding communities. On citing the commission and his team, several illegal miners fled, leaving their tools behind. However, security operatives apprehended 3 suspects.
His Excellency is desirous of reactivating this industrial layout and making it very functional. But right now you can see yourself, they are destroying the environment. Every attempt to stop them has failed. So therefore we will prosecute these people that own all these machines, and they will come and reclaim this place.
Ibejako stated that the state government will not tolerate the level of environmental destruction, assuring that those responsible will be prosecuted.
You can see the extent of damage to the extent that they have created a lake here now. How do we recover this land? So, but the law says that if you have devastated a place, you recover it. So they must come, they must report to the ministry for proper assessment. If anybody has given them any license to dredge here, they will let them bring it.
Illegal mining remains a growing concern in Imo State, leading to several land degradation and endangering communities. Authorities insist that stricter enforcement measures will be put in place to curb the menace. In Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Amarachi Ibe, thank you for your reporting. The Federal High Court in Abuja has adjourned till March 18 for ruling in the suit filed by Dangote Refinery and Petrochemicals FZE against the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, and 5 others over the issuance of petroleum import licenses. Justice Yank Eko adjourned the matter to deliver a ruling on the preliminary objection filed by NNPCL challenging the competence of the suit. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arrested 4 officials of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria in Abuja over the alleged fraud and money laundering. The 4 officials were arrested on Tuesday at the Commission's headquarters located in the Central Business District of Abuja. The operatives left the premises with the spokesperson of the Commission, Fatima Usara, and 3 others. Benue State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Zebra Crop Bank to address challenges associated with post-harvest losses. Correspondent Felicity Ndere reports that the initiative is to provide the needed infrastructure for storage and processing of agro-products.
Follow up this MOU, we are still going to have technical sessions that will deepen conversation about the engagement between Zebra House and Benue State government and other agencies of the Ministry of Agriculture.
The Memorandum of Understanding between Benue State Government and the private investor is to tackle post-harvest losses by construction of storage and processing facilities for smallholder farmers in farming communities, as well as providing access to market and credit facilities. Director General of Bureau for International Cooperation and Development, Leo Angelio Viashma, explained that the partnership is a product of due process and diligence that aligns with the present administration's policy to adequately manage pre- and post-harvest losses.
Aligns 100% with His Excellency's policy, one, of ensuring that we manage post-harvest loss, on ensuring adequate storage facilities for our crops and yield, of ensuring that we strengthen government systems and government organizations that have to do with agriculture, and ensuring that there's capacity being built for our civil servants and, of course, one of the biggest components of agriculture, which is extension workers. This project deals with all of that.
Chief Executive Officer of Zebra Crop Bank, Buffy Okeke Ojiodu, said the initiative will be implemented within 5 years.
We provide doorstep access to sale, storage services for the farmers,
access to credit using the commodities as collateral, and price transparency. And we value add by doing primary processing at low cost to the farmers as well.
The Memorandum of Understanding, according to the bank's chief executive officer, is expected to cost over $15 million. In Makudi, Felicity Ndere, reporting for Global TV.
Well, we're grateful for your reporting, Felicity. Governor Francis Winforo of Ebonyi State has urged the people of Amagu village in Kalaha, Isielu local government area of the state to remain calm after a suspected gunman's attack. Winforo made the plea in a statement by his chief press secretary, Monday Uzo, in Abakaliki, the state capital. The governor, while condemning the attack, described it as a flagrant disregard to the sanctity of human life. It was reported that the attack led to the death of 10 persons and destruction of houses and other property worth millions of naira. This is Global Television, and you're watching the live broadcast of Midddy News with Uyi Agumofwebe. When the rest of the news returns shortly, protesters raised buildings linked to ousted Bangladeshi leader. We have those details from the foreign scene as well as other stories from business and sports segments for you after this short break. Please don't go away. And now the rest of the Midddy news returns with business, where Dangote Refinery has made headlines again with its third major reduction in diesel price in less than 3 weeks. The company has slashed the price of diesel to 940 naira per litre and aviation fuel at 980 naira per litre. Our news crew went to town to get reactions of Nigerians to this development.
Dangote Petroleum has made headlines again with its third major reduction in diesel price in less than 3 weeks. The company has slashed the price of diesel to 940 naira per litre and aviation fuel to 980 naira per litre. It is on this premise that we took to the street to gather reactions from Nigerians on this latest development.
God have blessed us. But what are we getting from it? The government, are they helping? Let's say they are helping, but we're supposed to have the refinery from our own government so that the government-owned people will say, even the time will come that people will say, okay, Dangote's own is expensive. Let me buy a $10 only for $10 house. Adeleke house, Adeleke own is more cheaper. Even his own is not even burning faster. His own is better. When we have so many PMS in the society, everybody will decide on which one to go for.
And honestly, I wouldn't know whether they have affected it for their meter. These so-called retailers. But it's a good development.
Yeah, as at yesterday, the day before yesterday, the one I bought 990 something naira, the price was a little bit down, so it's a bit economical to me. But hopefully, we are still looking at the government. If they can still come back to the price of 600 naira, that will sound better for us.
In terms of, we want the thing to affect our food, like food price. I want the food price to be reduced so that you can always look at the normalize in this country.
It's when I see it, the reality, then I really believe. And if actually it's true, definitely it's going to be there will be a serious relief to the common man. Nigerians need this. You know, fuel increase, everything about fuel affects the economy very well. Anytime there is a fuel hike, it affects transportation. It also affects the cost of living.
Our news crew there just feeling the pulse of Nigerians on the reduction of petrol price by the Dangote refinery there. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has urged the Federal High Court in Abuja to allow it to join the 100 billion naira suit filed by Dangote Petroleum Refineries seeking to stop the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited and oil marketers from importing refined petroleum products into the country. However, Dangote Refinery opposed the Commission's application to join in the suit, describing the Commission as a meddlesome interloper that has no business in a case revolving around the Petroleum Industry Act, an act of the National Assembly. The FCCPC says it needed to be allowed to join the suits as the defendants in order to oppose Dangote Refinery's suits. The federal government has disclosed that motorists flying the Abuja-Kefi-Akwanga-Makurdi Highway will now pay tolls ranging from 500 naira for saloon cars to 1,600 naira for multi-axle vehicles. Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, said during the official inauguration of the new tolling regime at Garaku toll station in Nasarawa State that funds generated from the venture would be used for the maintenance of federal roads nationwide. The China Exim Bank had provided a $460.8 million loan used to fund the 227.2-kilometer road project. Nigeria's cashew output for the 2024-2025 season is expected to rise by at least 5% on favorable weather conditions. The National Cashew Association of Nigeria says it links the increase in production to quality fruiting of cashew trees observed across major producing states in the country. President of the National Cashew Association of Nigeria, Ojo Ajanaku, said the weather condition has been favorable owing to the mild harmattan that will help to reduce the level of heat during storage. Let's go beyond Nigerian shores now. Hundreds of Bangladeshi protesters have smashed down buildings connected to ousted former leader Sheikh Hasina on Thursday as after students with excavators began demolishing a museum to her father. The museum and former home of Hasina's late father, Bangladesh's first president, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, had been set on fire last year during the student-led revolution that ended her 15 years of autocratic rule. Protesters were triggered in response to reports that the 77-year-old Hasina, who has defied an arrest warrant to face trial in Dhaka for massacres. Belgian police are looking for armed men after a shooting was reported outside a metro station in the center of Brussels. CCTV footage broadcast by local media shows at least two men wearing balaclavas and carrying weapons at the entrance of Clemachal station in the Belgian capital early yesterday. Video from the scene shows an exchange of fire at about 6:15 local time. And now time to catch some quick excitement from the world of sport. Rangers international coach Fidelis Ilechukwu appears to have accepted the harsh reality of their fading Nigeria Premier Football League and NPFL title defense, with 11-point gap separating them from leaders Rebel Stars after 22 games. Despite bouncing back from a two-game losing streak with a 2-0 win over Ikorodu City on Monday, Ilechukwu remains cautious about their chances. However, Ilechukwu, who had previously expressed confidence in their title chase, now appears less optimistic. The Premier League is actively addressing the challenges posed by video assistant referee VAR errors, having recorded 13 mistakes in the first 23 match rounds of the current season, a notable decrease from 20 errors at the same point last term. These errors comprise 4 incorrect VAR interventions and 9 missed interventions as identified by the key match incidents. In response, the league has unveiled a 6-point plan aimed at enhancing the accuracy, speed, and transparency of VAR decisions. A central component of this initiative is the potential introduction of semi-automated offside technology before the season concludes. Nigeria will slug it out with bronze medal winners China in our opening Group B game at the FIBA Under-19 Women's World Cup 2025 in Czech Republic come July. The Junior D Tigers matchup against their Chinese counterparts on 12th July 2025 was made known after the tournament draw in Brno. After the China game, the Nigerian women's team will play Canada on 13 July and Portugal on 15 July. And that's a wrap on Media News, and it came to you here live on Global Television from Abuja. We'd like to remind our viewers that we are on DSTV channel 365, start times 276, and free to air on Night Concert. We encourage you to interact and engage with us using @Global TV NG, as well as other handles now showing on your screen. And we are Mofwewe thanking you for your time with us. Bye-bye.